Astronomers include done the largest remote always detect of oxygen supply. They observable it in a galactic of stars how existed fair 500 millionth year following the big explosion. But which is very enchanting is how the oxygen supply can just include been manufactured in and the older team of stars how would include spread it while they dead and blew themselves separately. How tool we could be testifying the traces of events how occurred a simple 250 millionth year following the big explosion. The crew cannot see the crucial time immediately, it is for the ability of present technique. But it augurs so for next telescopes how will be tuned to see the sunrise. Exactly, the James Webb Area Observatory, that is due for start in 2020. The mission statement, the Air to Hubble, will conduct an vast glass and tool how are intended particularly to discover the shine upcoming of the really at first people of stars. The range to the informed galactic, named MACS 1149 JD1, was affirmed in the Atacama Big Millimeter/Submillimeter Matrix, ALMA, and the Europe Southern Observatory's Really Big Scope, VLT. These means investigated spectrum channel of hydrogen gas, in the instance of the VLT, and of oxygen supply, in the instance of ALMA. They found both of these emissions to include been displaced to much longer wavelength range by the extension of the world. This skyline for the special subject is which we urge a redshift 9.1, explainable Richard Ellis, a prof of astrophysics at College School London, UK. How tool the world has advanced 9 or to 10 times with the lighting leftward the subject. We are looking behind on 97% of the way to the big explosion, 13.8 trillion year back, while the world was just on 500 millionth year ancient. Yet we include a smart stunt how tells us how old the stars are already at how period in the galactic. How gives us an sign of how lot over in the story of the world, that we can now censor in our telescopes, how the subject in fact shaped. And we discover the galactic shaped its stars while the world was just 250 millionth year ancient, that is love 2% of this age of the world. The big explosion manufactured a universe how was imbued in hydrogen gas, helium gas and a little sum of link. All the beginnings more severe rather than these three had to be counterfeit within stars via the trial of nuke melting. The calcium intake in our bones, the phosphide in our DNA and the ferrous in our bloodstream comes of subsequent generations of stars how seeded the space environmental while they went supernovae and blown at the end of their lives. The oxygen supply in MACS 1149 JD1 by determination thus has to achieve behind to a period over rather than it is creature seen. Down there is a increasing flesh of testimony now offering how the at first stars began to kindle about maybe 200 millionth year following the big explosion, so the puts the progenitors of the oxygen supply down there or about. We don't believe space sunrise is a flash occasion, it would be drama if it was. I would loving to include been down there, told Professor Ellis. We believe it was a progressive occasion and so obviously it is departure to get statistic to job out precisely while it happened. We include found one subject, but we include now found two some objects in a such speak tail sign of old stars. Sorrowfully, we don't yet include the clinching redshifts for these objects. How is a job for the VLT and ALMA once again, though astronomers include to be patient and expect their rotate to use these means, particularly ALMA. The excellent scope of 66 wireless dishes installed top up in Chile's Atacama abandoned outdoor in 2011, and is now in really top consumer demand. The crew is not rather completed in MACS 1149 JD1. One issue the scientists would love to reply is if the galactic has a excellent massive dark opening at its mandrel. All the big galaxies we see in the neighboring world include these center giants how are millions of times the massive of our sunshine, and it is an exciting discussion as to how previous the event founded in space story. If we could show down there is a dark opening there how would be wonderful, annotated UCL crew member Dr. Nicholas Laporte. The environment document published the 1 week is a collaborative force among UCL and Osaka Sanjo College in Japan. Dr. Takiya Hashimoto and Professor Akio Inu led the Osaka Sanjo party.